body recomposition is a trap, and it kept me at such a mediocre physique for so long. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can build muscle effectively and fast, and how you can do it trying to minimize as much fat gain as possible. So when I first started training or embarked on my fitness journey, the first thing I decided to try was body recomposition, because as a skinny fat person, you're both skinny and fat, and body recompositions are they're meant to build muscle and lose fat at the same time, but that's not what it actually is. You see, body recomposition is just a mediocre bulk or such a mediocre cut, in a sense that you can't commit to one thing fully, and so now you're just half-assing it to the extent now it's just ineffective. So when I was doing my body recomposition, I was told to eat at a calorie surplus of 50 calories to 100, which, mind you, tracking 50 calories is just near impossible. Probably, again, it is possible if you like the scientific stuff, but 50 calories, if you're an average guy who's just doing all my fitness pal, that's just not feasible. So I was told to eat 50 to 100 calories per day or more. So my maintenance was 2,800, and my calories were 50 to 500, more than that. So around 2,900 is what I'm supposed to be eating, right? But again, the problem with body recomposition is that you're not committing to one side. It's you're just half-assing it, or not even half-assing it. You're just you're touching it, but you're not making it effective, is what I'm trying. You're dipping your toes in, but you're not putting your entire body in, so you won't be able to reap the full benefits, because body recomposition doesn't help you in the long term unless you're overweight, on PEDs, or a genetic freak. But if you're skinny fat, which I was, that's not gonna work for you. So if you're skinny fat, you should stick to the regular bulking or cutting, whichever works for you. Personally, I recommend bulking, but again, body recomposition is just half-assing your fitness journey, and it wasted so much time from my own life, to the point where I thought it was okay lifting 50 pounds, or not 50 pounds, 40 to 45 pounds on bench press for 1 year straight. I thought that was normal, as long as my chest is getting bigger, which kind of did, but after a month or two it just stopped, right? I thought that was normal, so I just kept doing it. What do you know? No gains whatsoever. So instead of wasting time doing a body recomposition, I switched to a bulk. And this bulk goes around 300 to 500 more calories. So again, my maintenance was 2.8K. I have another 500, that's 3.3K. Now initially when I first started, I only did this just so I can eat more food. But looking back at it, I'm glad I just kept doing it anyways. So, I did my bulk, and everything started to go up. Muscles went up, strength went up. It felt like the amount of relief that you get from watching your physique explode in a month, or 1 month or 2 months of bulking, compared to 1 whole year of doing a body recomposition, it just blows my mind, honestly. Because again, when you're doing your body recomposition, you're not giving your body the adequate fuel, the energy it needs to get more muscular, build strength, or to fuel you in the gym. Whereas if you're doing a proper bulk of 500 calories, you're gonna build muscle, you're gonna get stronger, provided that you're training to failure or close to it, and resting and recovery is on point, right? So again, the best things I did was switch to the bulk. The second thing was training to failure more often. Because again, during my training for the body recomposition, right, at the same time people were also telling me you should do 4x12 on every set, or high volume was the main focus, right? But when I switched to high intensity, I actually kind of hated going to the gym at times because it was just so painful. I actually didn't want to go at certain times, especially for leg days. I'll be honest, I skipped leg days. Like, bro, going to leg days and knowing that you're gonna hate it is just, I didn't have enough discipline at the time to go, but looking back at it, So, second thing is training to failure, which I didn't do in my previous years, right? So first thing is you want to bulk. Second, you actually want to like train or close to failure, because there's a quote by Mike Menser, and that's, if you want your muscles to grow, you need to give it a reason. You need to give it reasons to grow. And how do you give it a reason to grow? You do it by like moving more heavier weights with good form and good reps. Because think about it this way, your body's like trying to make everything like we as humans are inherently lazy, right? So we want to make everything easier. So we want to make moving this pillow easier, which it is, right? We want to make things more easier. So when we're lifting something decently heavy, or in our case, like extremely heavy, our bodies want to make that movement much more easier. So it does, which is the stimulus, and that stimulus causes that muscle to grow, to get stronger, and as you get stronger, you will get bigger. And I guess like the third thing in this bulk and training thing, or at least to minimize your fat gain, is try not to eat more than 500 calories needed for your surplus. Because if you're doing like a proper bulk, you will get fat, which is normal, right? But if you want to minimize it, there are things that you could do, like incorporate cardio or just walk more, getting like 10K steps. You could do those things, but you will gain fat on a bulk, like no matter what. Ask any pro that isn't on PEDs, right? They will get fat because, again, you can't strictly build muscle. You need to, it's like a ratio that you need to balance between your calories, right? If fat is like 1 pound of fat, like 3,500 calories, and muscle is like something else, there has to be some way to balance the ratios to like minimize the fat gain. And you can do it by, again, doing the more cardio, eating clean foods, because if you don't know, just eating more calories than you burn isn't the only way to get fat. You can also get fat by like spiking your insulin. The more sciencey stuff it's confusing, right? But from like, there's like bro science, right? What I would tell you if you want to minimize fat gain is get 10K steps and just do cardio whenever you feel like it. Ideally, for me, I would personally do sprints. If you want to do something else, that's fine. Just keep it moderate. 2 to 3 times a week is good enough. This will like give you, well, again, cardio is healthy, but this will also give you like a, I don't want to say threshold, but what's the word? Resting period, I guess. This like or grace period, or I think is the word. I'm not too sure. This grace period of like you doing cardio will try to offset some of the fat gain, so that you can increase the muscle mass. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm not too sure if that analogy works. But again, if you want to minimize fat gain, you want to do more cardio and eat clean foods. That is the best way to like minimize fat gain on a bulk. That is like the only way I can think of, which I'm not sure if there is any other way, but if there is, just let me down in the comments below. But yeah, again, so instead of doing a body recomposition, you should aim to do a bulk. Because again, body recomposition is just half-assing a bulk, right? Not even half-assing it, you're like doing it at 10%. Whereas a bulk, you're going all in, and aside from going all into the bulk, you should also train to like failure, to muscular failure. So you should do like, I don't know, 8 to 12 reps on like the heaviest amount of weight that you can, comfortably, good range of motion, good form, all that. You want to go to failure and then eat clean and then do some cardio here and there. Those three things will help you build muscle but minimize fat gain. Because again, building muscle and losing fat at the same time is an idea that sells, that gets clicks, right? if you're a new beginner in the gym, right, you want to know the fastest way to build muscle and lose fat at the same time, right? Because it drives clicks, and half the time it's just BS, right? Half of these people are just doing it just for the views, saying something from a science study which contradicts the study that they said like 2 weeks ago. But yeah, you should stop doing a body recomposition and bulk and aim to, train harder, progressively, give your muscles a reason to grow, eat healthy, and do some more cardio. But yeah, that's about it. I just want to thank you for your time for watching this video. See ya.